We get started?
Roll call. Grady Bonzel.
Here.
Dennis Sneathen. Matt McKenzie. Curtis Penrose.
Here.
Wally Henson.
Here. Yeah, I guess this next on the order is public comment.
No public comment?
All right, so we'll move on to the next variance request. Case number B20260801, variance for 415 College Avenue. I'll let you take over that.
Grady, can you hit your microphone button?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Do I need to say that all over again? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we can pick on most of it.
Okay, all right.
The application before you tonight was brought to you by Colton Cooper and is requesting two variances. The first is to reduce the rear yard setback, and the second is to reduce the side yard setback. The property owner would like to construct a garage to store his work equipment and vehicles in, as he started his own construction company within the last year and it is growing larger and he's needing the extra space for equipment. The gas and sewer line run on the north and almost the center of the property, which the images are shown later in the report, which limits the placement of the building on at least half of the property without major movement of utilities. From there, I would move on to our actual questions brought at hand in front of you for the approval of a variance. Each one I will go through individually for which setback it is relating to. For uniqueness, the rear yard setback, the property sits in an area of town that was platted with larger lots than the original town of Goodland. The alley there has been paved. It's kind of hard to tell from that image because of the trees and the shadows they create there, but yeah. And then there's also a limited number of residents using this alleyway. On the right hand side or the east side of that block, you only have 2 property owners. On the west side of the block, you only have 3 property owners, so it's not like your typical block where you have roughly 4 to 5 individuals using that alleyway for access and or utility purposes.
What's the street on the south there? Is that
5th Street.
5th Street?
When we get to the side yard setback, which would relate to 5th Street there, the structures that are already currently existing are only roughly 5 feet from the property line, and that's if you're using the building line if you were to be facing 5th Street opposed to facing one of the avenues. Sorry, I lost my placement here in my report. When it comes to utilities, we don't have anything other than sewer running through the alleyway. The actual water line runs underneath the street there. And then there's nothing that could be built south of there that could cause a concern for fire safety. When we move to the adjacent property for the rear yard setback, the variance will not affect the property rights or adjacent property owners or residents. The property requesting the variance is at the end of the alley. The proposed structure itself would not be abutting any property lines that would touch another private property owner, only city easement or right of way. So it wouldn't limit any of the private property around it. The side yard is basically the same exact answer, being up against the public street there in the right of way. When we move to hardship, the rear yard setback, all of the utilities run in areas across the yard that would cause a relocation of the private utility system. And that goes for the side yard setback as well. Can you pull up the image from the report? Should be image 2. Your yellow line is your gas, the brown line right to the right of that is your sewer line. The green line that goes diagonally across the lot would be your electrical, and then your orange line would be your S&T telecommunications lines, those types of things. Water obviously sits on a different side of the property.
And the dark colored
Box there.
box
rectangle.
is,
Proposed.
those are the foundation plans that Zach has. No, just kidding. That's
That's all he needs.
Those would actually be pretty wide if those were to spec. That'd be like 1.5 2 foot wide footer.
We were talking the smaller box on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black rectangle.
I'm seeing black on the, it's like the front yard with sidewalks and others. Yeah, okay, that's what I
This
was looking.
box here is the proposed garage, telecommunications,
I got you,
electric,
okay.
sewer, gas, and then water comes off the side on Fifth Street.
And the
there.
telecom is buried, not overhead
Correct. The only thing overhead would be the electrical.
power.
Also placing it here would reduce the clearance because we wouldn't have to have the clearance over the building for the actual secondary electrical lines traveling to the meter on the house.
If you put it in between the
Right, if you were to
sewer
shift
and the telecom, you have to
so
adjust the power line anyway.
the top of the image there is east, not north. So if you were to shift that building to the north there, I mean, you would have to either put a lift pole and or change how the electrical is actually brought to the house completely. So moving on to public interest, the requested variance will not adversely affect public health, safety, morals, order, convenience, or general welfare of the community. The proposed variance shall not impair an adequate supply of light or air adjacent to property, substantially increase the congestion in the public streets, increase the danger of fire, endanger the public safety, or substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood. The public interest part would be brought into consideration normally on like a standard neighborhood, if that's a good word to use, which I don't think it is. 4 to 5 houses, all of them have garages, stuff like that. In this situation, the property owners across the alleyway have already built a natural fence, which completely blocks off any light, air, or anything like that, which they could fight for, I guess would be the best way I could word that. Probably not the appropriate way to word that, but so in that sense of things, it won't affect them detrimentally. Same goes for the side yard, since they're all kind of up against that same area there. The properties to the south of it, Josh, if you could zoom out just a little bit, they are completely undeveloped for that entire block. So we're not going to be affecting anybody over there by any means. On the opposite side of the alleyway there's actually only 2 residences. So we're really not dealing with a large number of people that will be accessing these alleyways.
And you stated before that the owner of the property directly across the alley is the same owner of the vacant property to the south.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're surrounded.
And to spirit and intent, the requested variance will not be opposed to the general spirit and intent of the zoning regulations, and that goes for both the rear and the side yard setbacks. And for minimum variance, the requested variance is the minimum variance that could be asked for and allows for the full use of the property without major relocation of utilities. And that would also go for the side yard setback as well. And from that, I would ask the property owner and applicant to go up to this podium and answer any questions.
Just thinking, so you're just gonna use this to store your construction equipment and
Yeah,
stuff?
just tools, skid steer, park pickup and kids' toys, bikes.
Yeah, okay.
Trailer.
Yeah.
And it's, we're facing, your access to it is on Fifth Street, is that what?
Correct.
And there's no competing access right now, so
Alright.
that's good, nobody to bother.
Yeah, I don't really have any questions. Ollie, you guys got any?
The report was pretty thorough.
Yeah.
Questions directed. Colton, I don't think I have any.
As far as the alleyway, that's, you said there's nothing in there that's gonna interrupt, right?
No, the property owners to the east, right there directly across the alley, had paved, is it half that alley or is
It goes up to that dividing fence between me and the Heretics property.
Yeah,
okay.
so right about to where, well, just
Well,
to
where
the
their
north,
property line would be.
just north of that, there. Down a little, right there. About there's where, where the pavement
the
is.
Yeah, okay.
live wall
I
is,
see,
where
okay.
the tree
Okay.
area is.
And then there's also the natural
Right.
fence that is planted there, and it's 40 feet tall
Oh, it's
on
good size.
on a rough
Good
estimate.
mature trees.
Cedars, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, you have, is it engineer building you're gonna do?
Yeah. 30 by 40 post frame.
Well, we're not up against lot coverage maximum.
No, this is actually a pretty large
Pretty
lot.
big lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't look like it would be. I didn't do any math, but
No, I think we, after a 1,200 square foot building goes on this lot, if I remember correctly, there was just under 4,000 square feet of building space left.
And I'm trying to find here, I didn't see, is there a, what's the height of that building? Is it,
It'll have 12-foot sidewalls, and
Okay.
to the peak, I think it would be 16 maybe.
okay, so we're not gonna, we're not
getting
talking
close
like,
to the 35
No, and 20 feet's actually
for the
the
accessory.
peak of an accessory is the
okay,
max, so.
okay, yeah.
And
And
that
compared
was,
to the regular, the main house, it's,
it'll be higher than the actual
It'll be higher.
structure, yes.
but not significantly.
It won't be-
No, and that was changed 2.5, 3 years ago.
Will
Right.
all remaining trees stay, and you plan on
Yep.
keeping all the trees good, cause you got pretty good shade there in places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got everything laid out. I don't have any other questions. You guys have any other questions?
I do not.
We ready for a motion?
Are we gonna run through everything?
We gotta
We
run
gotta
through all
run
the-
through the
Well, I think
the
it's all-
6 qualities first. or
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah, so that's all we have as far as questions, and we'll kind of run through this real quick. Thank you. So, I'm gonna struggle through this, but we'll get through it here. So first is gonna be, talk about uniqueness. What we at here?
Yeah, I agree with Zach. You know, it's the larger lots, alleys paved. It's a pretty unique lot.
Yeah, not traditional, what we normally have, right? So,
Now remember, you have two variances, you have rear
Rear,
and side, so if you
correct.
wanna,
Run through both
oh, okay.
in tandem.
either in tandem or take rears all the way through and then go back to the sides, or whatever you wanna do.
I'd say just do them both at the same time.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys are good with that.
Because a lot of it's very
The
similar
same,
answers.
right? Yeah. So rear yard setback, we said that's uniqueness because it's a larger lot. And then side yard uniqueness, no issues there.
We have the easement already, so we're not crowding the street. Site triangle's all good. Not even close, probably.
Now, remember, the rear yard is gonna be concerned regarding the alley.
Right.
And then the side yard is regarding
Fifth.
Fifth Street,
Right.
but just continue as you're making your comments regarding it.
Okay. Next would be, what, adjacent property? Doesn't seem like it's gonna affect, for the rear yard.
Yeah, and as Zach mentioned, we got that live wall living fence back there that's protecting the major property owner. And they didn't have any complaints, I'm assuming, when the letters went out.
Is that,
Three people, I believe my report says two. I had three total. None of them actually had a complaint. They were just concerned as to why they received a letter when they weren't requesting to do anything with their property.
Like the normal thing, right?
Standard response for most people.
I think I'm gonna start changing the letters to bold and highlight.
you just,
do something.
Yes.
you just need to let them know that they need to do something within a year, or,
Well, I will say I was guilty of that too. I got a letter once where when they did the school thing, I was like, what's this all about? But yeah. So. And as far as the side yard setback, adjacent property doesn't seem like there's anything that's gonna be affected there.
you just have the street, so.
Right.
Yeah. It's just the city right away.
Are we all good with that? Any issues there? Hardship, with a rear setback. That's relocation. Nothing for utilities or anything, no problems there.
Avoiding them, this is the only way to avoid them.
Yeah, basically with regarding both of them,
Right,
Rear and side, yeah.
right. It's in a good location, so.
this is the place where it has to go.
Unless you want to move your power. I know how much that costs, I just did it.
Oh,
Just
really?
did it.
Any questions with that? Hardship? All good? Next is public interest. As we just mentioned, didn't seem like we had anybody complaining or questions about it.
No, nobody had any negative concerns regarding the project once explained to them.
And that's for the rear setback and the side yard.
Yeah,
Yes,
story.
for both setbacks, for the project in general. When I explain it to people when they call in, I don't break it down into each individual variance that we're going after. I just explain to them what we're trying to go after to try and develop their brain around the thought of what we have going on.
As far as, I guess, I might have missed this, but the garage door is gonna be towards the alley or through Fifth Street? Fifth Street, okay.
Yep, and
So-
that's so you can actually still park a truck. Full-size pickups, a minimum right now, I think 18 feet, 19 feet. So
I should try
that'll
to
give
do
us,
that, try to back it in there.
Oh,
Thank you.
Right, yeah, okay.
And that 2 foot reduction would leave, I believe it was 21 feet, 22 feet roughly, give or take, when we measured it on the map. So it would give plenty of room to have a pickup there as well as a walking space if a sidewalk was developed in the future for those neighborhoods.
Oh, there's no sidewalk? Gotta put that sign.
Okay, any questions of that public interest? I guess we're okay there on side yard and rear yard. Next, spirit and intent. I don't see any issues with the zoning regulations as Zach mentioned.
Yeah, we're not over lot coverage or anything like that, and everybody else has sort of a garage or something already shoved against that rear property line anyway, you know?
Right.
Not that that
Can you go back
gives
to
you
the
a,
GIS?
not that it gives you a green light to do what everybody else has for non-complying, existing non-complying.
So if you zoom into that one, Josh, this one, right there on his mouse, is
Yeah.
the first building.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If
It's
you
almost
go north
exactly
a
what
little- Josh, can you drag us north? There's another building that sits here, and then their carport actually sits almost on this property
Oh,
line.
okay.
So it's, I think,
So-
2.5, 3 feet off of it, but just on the edge of it.
So you're gonna stay up with the standard then, I guess.
For that block, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Not gonna stick out, not gonna look out of place.
The other concern with having structures on the alley is the additional amount of runoff water.
Mhm.
Now, with this not being a traditional block that has 4 or 5 houses on it, all having garages, all pushing water to the alley, I don't see it being an issue.
Already have less runoff anyway, and then with it being a paved alley, it's already hitting the street.
Right, exactly, right, yeah.
So that's another consideration to take into this.
Okay, and last is minimum variance.
It's really
That's minimal, all right?
dealing with where the utilities are at. It really couldn't be reduced or have a smaller variance than requested because you start running into utilities.
Right,
To make it usable for what he needs to store.
Right.
And you're not storing any, I mean, not an over amount of fuel, I'm sure you have some reserve fuel, but it's not like any, yeah, nothing. No giant tank in there, no.
That's all anyone can afford anymore is a 5-gallon can. Oh no, that was gold.
I don't, think we answered all the questions as far as all the, uniqueness, hardship, adjacent property, public interest, spirit of intent, and minimum variance. You guys have any other questions? Or-
And now and he has it listed on here, a motion for each.
Okay, for the side end,
Yeah, take them individually.
okay. So can we have a motion?
Now's your chance, Laura.
Well,
There you go.
Do you want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion to consider the variances, both of them. We're doing both at the same time?
One at a time.
They do one at a time.
One at a
yeah.
time? Okay, well, the first one then.
So, make a motion for the rear yard?
Rear yard.
And do you want to approve it, or do you want to, is that what your motion is? Okay.
Approve it.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, and then we need another motion for the side yard setback.
I will move to approve the side yard variance as requested, reduced to 2 feet.
And I'll second. And, those who approve, say aye. Aye. Those who don't,
The variance is approved.
you get-
Thanks for coming.
sorry I had to be through this rough, you had to get me today, so, but Matt does a little better job. Yeah, I hope it all turns out for you, and that's gonna improve your block and your work space and all that kind of stuff, so.
It'd be nice to have
Yeah, yeah. Just, make sure you put your name on it, not your wife's and your kids, otherwise, that space will go away.
Oh, they already deciding where stuff's gonna go.
Oh, okay.
It's already filled.
It's already-
You get one garage bay size of that.
Next month is the second variance. We have an
Yeah,
additional
yeah.
shop.
Yeah, you got an 8x8
Colton?
square room.
Colton, did I see you out at Smoky Gardens one day? My son and daughter, yeah, okay, I thought you looked like the same person.
Yep,
You were catching fish galore, huh?
we got you.
Good.
Good deal.
Are you a fisherman, Ken?
Not for a while, but
Not
I
for-
don't mind fishing.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's all we need from you, Colton. If you want to stick around, you're welcome to. We're just gonna go through our reports and minutes and. So, it's up to you. So the next is reports.
Do you want to take care of the planning commissioners first, or?
Sure. So I just go through it. Okay, so Wally, you have anything?
I have nothing to report.
I have nothing to report.
I don't have anything to report, but I just was gonna bring up, I know we talked about, revamping the plan for, the next 20 years or whatever.
Oh,
we
the
plan on doing.
comprehensive plan, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, do we wanna kinda set up a date when we wanna kinda start scheduling that? I know it's August, I was kinda thinking maybe from October on, maybe start pushing a little harder on that if you want it. Well, I'm not sure what everybody's time is and all that, but maybe we might wanna start making schedules or plans on that.
Okay. We'll see what we can get set up.
Any report, Zach?
I have nothing to report. Most of my stuff will be going straight to the city commission, not to the planning commission, because it doesn't involve like zoning regulation changes. It'll just be municipal code changes coming up.
Is Labor Day late this week or this month or
Yeah,
year?
7.
It
On the
is.
7th, that's about as late as it could be.
And that is the one item I had here was, next month, we would normally have the planning commission meeting on September 8th, which is the day after Labor Day.
Mhm.
But because it's the day after, normally the city commission meeting would be on that September 7th. Since that's Labor Day, it moves to Tuesday.
Okay,
And would just request that the planning commission meet next month on September 15th, the following Tuesday.
Back-to-back marathon.
No, I don't, and depending on what the topic is,
There's no backing out because I already published the official notice for a public hearing.
Zach made your decision for you.
All right,
But-
okay.
So you do not have an option. There will be a meeting on the 15th of
15,
February.
okay.
Fair
Well, good, I don't wanna share with anybody on the 7th.
Like sitting in a cold.
Exactly. Okay,
Tandem chairs.
and so that's what you're talking about for the, on here?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So we got that covered. And then next are the minutes. Last,
Nothing jumped out at me.
It's 'cause
yeah, I
it's
didn't
not
see
October.
anything either.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor of approve the minutes from last month? Say aye. All those opposed? Okay, minutes pass. And, motion to adjourn? Make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
At 6:28, I guess.
All those in favor, get up and leave.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Nobody opposed. All right.